Hello everyone, our lesson is on conjunctions in grammar and this is part 8. I have a question for you. What are the similarities and differences between because, since, as and for? So I have 4 words: because, since, as, for. What is similar and what is different between these 4 words? Let's look at the examples. Because, since, as, and for can be used as conjunctions. We call them coordinating conjunctions. Why do we use them? We use them to join two independent simple sentences. What's the meaning of independent? It means the first sentence does not depend in its meaning on the second sentence, and the second sentence does not depend in its meaning on the first sentence. So we use them to join two independent simple sentences, and we very often, most of the time, we put these conjunctions in the middle of a sentence. So this is something similar between because, since, as, and for. They are coordinating conjunctions. We put them most of the time in the middle of a sentence. So as you can see, I have 4 sentences and they have the same first sentence, but we complete the sentence using different ways. I went to bed early because I was tired. I went to bed early since I was tired. I went to bed early as I was tired. I went to bed early for I was tired. So here, because, since, as, and for have the same meaning, but we, use them to show like we are very good at speaking or writing. So I know they have the same meaning, but when you use different ways of using conjunctions and different conjunctions, this means you show people your English is very good. If two things are happening at the same time, we use as, and we cannot use because, since, or for. As the ESOL course is in demand means students want it, they want to do this course. More and more students enroll on it every day. So I have 2 events. The ESOL course is in demand. Students want to enroll in this course. And these 2 events happen at the same time. So what do? I have to use as only. Only as, do I have to use. As you get older, it is difficult to pass your driving test. Again here, getting older and passing your driving test, 2 events, and these 2 events happen at the same time. And that is why I have to use as. Now here I use when. When you get older, it is difficult to pass your driving test. And the meaning here is different. So if I say as you get older, when you get older, there is a difference in meaning. When you get older, it is difficult to pass your driving test. What's the meaning of this sentence? It means getting older happens first, and as a result, passing your driving test comes second. So they don't happen at the same time. Number 1 is getting older. This is first. And number 2, which is as a result, comes second. We often use because when we think about the reason. We often use as and since when we think about the result. So if I say, I went to bed early because I was tired, here in this sentence I am thinking about the reason. I went to bed early since I was tired. in this sentence I'm thinking about the result. But as I said, because and since are coordinating conjunctions and they have the same meaning. But if I think about the reason, I use what? Because. If I think about the result, I use if I think about the result, yes, I use since. Number 2, because, since and as can start a sentence, but for cannot start a sentence. So if you look here, this sentence is wrong. I cannot start a sentence with for as a conjunction, but I can start a sentence with because, since, or as. Because I was tired, I went to bed early. Since I was tired, I went to bed early. As I was tired, I went to bed early. Number 3, since, as, and for can be used as prepositions, but we cannot use because as a preposition. So this is something different between because and since, as, and for. So Latifa hasn't seen her cousin since 2018. So since is a preposition here. Why is it a preposition? Because we have a noun after it. 2018 is like the name of a year, so it's like a noun. Since Latifa hasn't seen her cousin for 2 years, again for is a preposition. It has 2 nouns after it, 2 and years. I like to work as a teacher, again as is a preposition, a teacher is a noun. So since, for, as are used as prepositions, but we cannot use because as a preposition. We use as for comparison. This one should be black, but it's okay. Let's make it black, sorry, it's typing. We use as for comparison. Your car is the same color as mine. So, or you can say your car has the same color as mine. So let's say your car is the same color as mine, the same, and then I put noun and I put as and you put mine. Or you can say your car is the same color as my car. Or you can say you are as tall as Jamil's brother. So you put as, adjective as adjective as. But here you put the same noun as. The same noun as. Here you put as, adjective as. So we can use as to compare, but we cannot use since, for, or because to compare in these 2 sentences. And this is the table to explain to you. So I have because, since, as, for. As you can see, they are used as conjunctions. Because, since, as, for can be used as coordinating conjunctions. Since, as, for, we use them as prepositions. We cannot use because as a preposition. No. And here we have no, as you can see, no. So I can put same, noun, as, and I can put as, adjective as. So only as, can be used in these structures, in these verb patterns, if you want. But I cannot say for noun as, for adjective as. No, I cannot say since noun as, or since adjective as. I can only use as in these sentences, and I explained this before. Now this says we don't need this one. I think we need to cut this one here. Because, since, as, we can use them at the beginning or middle of a sentence. For, we can only use for in the middle of a sentence. So this is something different between for, as, since, and because. Because is common in speaking. We use it a lot in speaking and writing. It's a little bit formal. But since, as, and for, these 3 coordinating conjunctions are formal, and we use them most of the time in writing. I think we come to the end of the video. I hope you like the video. Try to watch it again and again, and try to write sentences similar to the sentences in the video, and I do hope you learn from this video. Thank you for listening. All the best.